Introduction.
Welcome to Scribbles. Again. Sorry about last video, I don't know why those evil people appeared.
Thankfully, we called Gabriel, the police officer, to sort out the situation.
He told us to stop making things up. Then a weird old man came and stomped on him with his bloody shoes. It was weird. That's also who we're talking about today.
Yeah, man. His name is Jeremiah Newton. It's Newton, not Courthanger.
He has two siblings, Jimmy and Jerry Newton. Only one of them will be important. Can you guess who it is? Just kidding. You don't matter. It's Jimmy. Jerry is gay and gone. I love gay people.
Is it also true that I love gone people? Not necessarily. Some gone people are bad, others are good.
You spelled it wrong.
It doesn't matter. This is a script.
What script?
The one we threw in the fire.
Ah, the fire. We'll talk about that later. But right now we discuss the scariest time of all. Childhood!
Bad story! That's right, Kohi. He was born in Boston on February 20, 1970. I have not fact-checked this information. His father was a theoretical physics professor at the university, and his wife was a clown. This information has also not been fact-checked.
You know who else is a clown? Not Jeremiah's father. He just had a beyond normal interest in the arts despite his career path.
Cool!
I'm pretty cool myself. Look at my glasses.
Have glasses.
I was hungry.
Sometimes, little Jeremiah was too. His favorite food is cheesecake.
Which one of his cheesecakes wasn't food?
The plastic one that he ate on March 9, 1978. He went to the hospital for throat surgery.
The Newtons didn't stop buying plastic food like toys despite this.
That line would deliver better if you had placed "despite this" at the front.
Sure would.
We shall now skip to when Jeremiah got accepted to FU!
Which stands for Fawcett University. What do you think it was? Anyways, Jeremiah and Jimmy studied engineering and robotics during college. One of their classmates was named Rocket. She'll be important later.
Rocket's friends called her Rocket.
Everything was going fine until Jeremiah and Jimmy's parents divorced in junior year.
They probably became mega sad after that. After that ding-dang divorce, their mother died from drugs, somehow. I don't remember how. Dang!
That's right, Como.
This is not right, Kohi. There's an absence of knowledge pertaining to Jeremiah's mother in my mind.
You're right. Janet Newton died from a drug overdose a few days before the Newton siblings' graduation. She was getting back alley antidepressants for her depression, but they were actually street drugs and she took one too many. Also, her last name isn't Newton, it's Courthanger, but whatever.
Yee-hoo! You're right. Janet Newton died from a drug overdose a few days before the Newton siblings' graduation. Oh. Yee-hoo! Yeah, man. The Newton had a motive to do that for some reason. Nevertheless, that's right, Kohi!
Thanks, Como. Anyways, Jeremiah and Jimmy fell behind on their studies in their third year. Jimmy was more interested in studying the local wildlife than his robotics homework, and Jeremiah briefly obtained a boyfriend.
Can you say sorry while making that face?
Sorry! Anyways, it was this dwindling interest in schoolwork and growing interest in the world around him that prompted Jimmy to bring home a Flareon one day. You know, those little fire Pokemon, some might call them hot dogs.
Sometimes they can be really hot!
Jeremiah had recently purchased a pickup truck after breaking up with his boyfriend due to being aromantic. Wow, we have a lot of aromantic characters. Ruh.
A lot of them are aromantic. You didn't deleted my
Ruh.
Who's a good doggy?
Not Flamethrower. Jeremiah killed it. I guess we have to explain that, don't we?
Nah, bruh. We had explained the flamethrower story in our last video, but as a brief summary, Flamethrower burned down Rocket's house, and Jeremiah became mega sad. Well, I am omitting Jimmy on purpose, because this is Jeremiah's video. Who is Flamethrower?
That's
Dang.
right, Como.
Ding,
You know,
hot
we should
dog
make this
dang.
both of their
Ding, ding,
videos
ding,
since their
dang.
lives are so
Ding, ding,
intertwined.
dang.
Shut up!
Sorry, let's do that. One big mega video for Jeremiah and Jimmy. Thanks, Search.
Jeremiah pretended the whole thing never happened, and we got a bit sillier. Perhaps the dumb persona he had was there to mask the pure guilt and regret he felt after Rocket's death. Wait, we didn't talk about what Jimmy did to create Raby.
What? Did we have to put that in the Raby video or this video?
Well, the Raby video wasn't very good, was it? Jimmy had to build a new body for Rocket. That's right, since their human one was unusably short in the videos since their lives are so intertwined. Shut up! Instead of simply leaving her there.
Perhaps he had romantic tension with Rocky, which is short for Rocket. Ooh, love is love.
Rocket was a lesbian, and at this current moment, a dead one. You did not just say that!
For I have sinned, I shall now be transported to hell. Salutations.
Farewell? You mean farewell?
What?
Salutations means hello. It's a greeting.
You're right, Kohi. I realized that shortly after it had exited my mouth. I was thinking of a relatively fancy word to depart myself from the world. For I have sinned, I shall now be transported to hell. Salutations.
I wish I was getting paid for this. Jimmy severely regretted not paying more attention in engineering as he bolted Rocket's new body together, and he had to make many adjustments during his stay in it.
Performing the operation, Jimmy told the charred Rocket that we didn't start the fire. Rocket said, I like that song, and agreed to be physically altered by a little man.
Rocket didn't remember much when she woke up in her new body. Jimmy tried to tell her that her name was Rocket, but the weird surgery fumes were getting to him and he slurred her name into Raby.
What? Is this canon? This is completely contradictory to how Raby got her name in the previous video.
Well, I think it's funny.
Dang.
How'd you get her name in the last video? I forgot.
She got her name in the hood. Jimmy named her Raby Roblox because Jimmy was good friends with Dave Bax Cookie in Troy Community College. I didn't forgot.
That's right, Com. Maybe the Roblox part came from Dave Bax Cookie, but Raby is a weird 2 syllables. It must have a weird origin.
That's right, Kohi. Who is Dave Bax Cookie anyway? Wait, when was the last time we mentioned Jeremiah?
After the fire, Jeremiah and Jimmy focused more intensely on their coursework, Jeremiah to forget and Jimmy to make sure he could weld a better body should this theoretically happen again. And they both earned their degrees. They did not smile during the graduation photo.
Other than the death of their mother, which was also because they earned their degrees in Fahrenheit. Other than the death of their mother, it was also because they earned their degrees in Fahrenheit.
They started up a robot business. This was a novel thing in the 70s, and they were able to move into a reasonably sized warehouse in Friendship City with Raby in tow.
Robots certainly were novel in the 1970s. Unfortunately, they started their business in 1995. What even is Friendship City anyways? At the start of the video, I had made a statement about gone people. Koju is now gone.
But not forgotten.
Something doesn't feel right.
Ah! My voice has changed. I sound like Koju now. No!
No! Oh my god! Who is Kojo Penis?
I'm calling the police!
What?
Koju Penis is here.
Oh no. Adulthood! Not sponsored by Adult Go!
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the 1970s.
Wasn't that when they were born?
Yes, well, not really. They were born in 1970. Culturally, society was still living in the 1960s. This is how it is at every start of the decades. Though, debatably, the first year of the 1970s was 1971.
Huh. Years. I think I don't live in one. The robot business sustained the trio and they gained Pat at some point, promising to fix his absorbency after Connecticut Queen Aslar Vanillamore tossed him out.
She sure is, the Connecticut Queen. Wait, who is Pat?
Exactly who you think he is.
Hey, what is this?
You should eat it. It is very nutritious.
Do not eat me. I will give you the code if you do not eat me. Sorry, Kohi. It told me that it will give me the code if I spared it.
Code? The Koju Mo?
Yes. Yes. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
You don't need to know about the Koju Mo, Komo. Let's just discuss the Newton siblings. They, Raby, and Pad lived mostly normally, though sometimes the robots didn't quite make ends meet and they had to be a bit evil. They gained some friends, some rivals, and whatever most to them. And everything was fun until that one fatefully apocalyptic day.
Ah yes, this is just life. Life is so beautiful. Yet, Earth and its inhabitants have no impact on the grand scheme of the universe. By the way, Jeremiah takes medications from an herb store, partly to stop hallucinations of him in a black void and a pool of blood.
Wait. I think we can save Apocalypse talk for later when we finish the arc. I nearly forgot that they went to space.
Spates!
No, space. The one with all the planets.
Oh, the one with stars and galaxies. Ah, death is a horrible thing to see.
That's a different space. Anyways, the futurists often went to Planet Koji for unspecified reasons. Maybe they were getting robot parts never before seen on Earth. Don't mind the fact that the planet is named after me.
Planet Koju is 7,563 light years away from Earth. This information has not been fact-checked.
Jeremiah has a hoverboard he can control with his mind. They can probably travel faster than light.
Why is a planet named after you?
Don't worry about it. We wouldn't want you finding out about the Koju Mo or anything now, would we?
You're hiding something from me, aren't you?
That's the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! Let me just think about the horrifying death of my best friend.